What holds you back from living this I once you recognize it?
Fear.
Let's go into it. You said fear? Okay. But because fear is a big, big one. And where does fear come from? We're talking about belief. It's all belief. But what is fear? Can we discuss that?
There's a breakdown of fear. I read it in a book and I thought it was great. That's false evidence appearing real. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
False evidence of what?
False evidence
appearing real.
F-E-A-R. Yeah.
That's so true.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. Yeah. Fear only exists in unawareness, in ignorance. Truly. Because when you look at a fear, no matter what kind of a fear it is, the moment you start looking at it, it begins to dissolve. And in fact, fear is itself unawareness. You see? And it's very, very strong. Very strong fear. For example, one of the things that I'm employing very strongly now with my clients is the Enneagrams, because I find them to be so incredibly accurate. You know? And then there are certain Enneagrams, 4 of them, that live in continual fear. You see? So the point I'm making is because how does it become, how you become a particular Enneagram? Do you know what I mean, Enneagrams?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't all Enneagrams live in some sort of fear?
Yes, yes, but some actually fear-based, fear-oriented.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't mention what they are, but it's just, you know, it's not important. But no, Enneagrams are it's many hundreds years old, but the last 20 years I think it became very popular in the West, and now they're teaching it in 2 universities. Enneagram is, if you break it down into the soul level, the level of identification with the human part of you, there are 9 different types, called 9 Enneagrams. You see? And then you have wings, what is called wings. You have a tendency towards, you might be a 5, let's say, with a wing towards its closest relative number. You have tendencies, but there's one predominating that is very, very strong. And once you get used to it, you begin to see that, oh, you know, my background, everything that has happened has made me what I am to believe what I am. For example, one interesting thing that I found, I get a lot of 6s as in my 2s and 6s I get as for clients. And 6s, they all have absent fathers. Yeah, it's so. You're not a 6. Are you a 6?
Actually, it depends what.
You're thinking
No,
of numerology.
I'm thinking of numerology.
Oh no!
Sorry.
This is Enneagram. No, you're not.
Yes.
You're not a 6. No, no.
I think that's me, Bert.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few of you here who are 6s, and the 6 is very, very common, and this you know, it's amazing how it goes, and you begin to see where did the lack of trust come in, where did this feeling come in, where do you feel the threat that the world imposes on you or you impose on the world, where is it coming from? And you find that when you get in touch with this particular drive that's in you, then you begin to understand, because it's beautiful, because it's not real. See, Enneagram is perfect, and it's perfection because it's not real. Do you understand? Because the ego is not real. So the Enneagram itself is showing you characteristics that actually are not real, but fixations of your belief system. So it is real, the Enneagram, in showing you the fixation that you're suffering from, but also telling you that that fixation is made up through your belief system. You see? And so this is what I have found very, very interesting in dealing. Okay, so what holds us back from this I once you recognize it? You see, you can recognize the I, and the moment you recognize it, every time you hear it, you feel good. You feel wonderful. If those of you who know the I and hear it now, you feel good. Because it touches your heart. You know that this is who you are. But then you go about everyday life and you forget. Why do you forget?
Because we believe that all of these situations that we're swimming through are real.
That's right. Because these situations that are real. We believe them to be real. We're still caught in the structure. You see? That, and at this point I call it Enneagram because it's so incredibly accurate in this fixation. You see? For example, if I get women who have been raped, which is very traumatic, which is very scarring emotionally, and it requires quite a bit of work to override it, and they live with this fear, with this threat, very, very, in their psyche, and it's there eating at them. But at the same time, it depends upon the emotional attachment that they have towards it. Some are able to forgive and move through it. You see? Some actually don't want to forgive and move through it. They want to keep rehashing it and reliving it. You see? Because they have made it their personality. They have made it their reality. They have made it so real to attach. And even though they may have glimpses that I am, yet there's still I am a martyr. I am a victim. This is happening to me. And we keep pulling back into that, you see? So again, we begin to understand the difference between thought and awareness. But until it is very, very clear that they are totally opposite, then we become freed from that attachment. Because nothing that is happening to you is real. That's a big one. Don't accept it because you heard it, because that's not fair to you. But really feel it out. Nothing that is happening to you or thinking that is happening to you is real. And when you investigate it, when you explore it, when you go right into it, you begin to shift.